Welcome back. My guest this week is the National President of Federated Farmers of New Zealand, Bruce Wills. Bruce, welcome back to Rural Delivery.
Great to be back.
Bruce, it's a week where farmers and New Zealand's primary sector has been hammered with the Fonterra botulism scare. How does it feel to be a farmer this week?
Been a tough week. It has been a tough week. I'm a sheep and cattle farmer, of course, so tougher for dairy. But even as a sheep and cattle farmer, this whole New Zealand Inc. reputational risk is a concern. But farmers are practical people. I think nothing's changed on farm. We continue to make every effort we can to produce safe, high-quality food. Yep, there's been a hiccup. We need to look into it. It is serious. There will be some repercussions, but I think we've got to keep our eye on the real focus, which is that this country is so reliant on continuing to produce high quality food. So we'll get through this.
Yeah. So what do you see as the key steps, I guess, to making sure that the market consumers have confidence again?
Openness, honesty, integrity, they're the aspects that we've been judged as farmers and as an exporting nation for a long time to come. Nothing's changed. So I think we need to continue to be as open and as honest as we can on this issue. And people eventually will, even those who are very concerned at the moment, I think they'll see through and understand that our heart's in the right place when it comes to producing high quality food for the world.
We do service the world. We're particularly concerned about China. What role, if any, is there for federated farmers to help reassure the Chinese consumer that right down to farm level we're really passionate about making sure that food is safe, food is clean, food is high quality?
There is a role. There's a very important role. I guess in my position, it's representing farmers and it's telling that farming story. And I think, albeit with all the the difficulties of this past week, we've got a wonderful story to tell about how New Zealand farmers produce their products in a relatively pollution-free, clean environment, and that hasn't changed. Yep, I have been putting a number of articles in the Chinese media telling just those stories that this was it was an unfortunate incident. We would have preferred it not to happen. We need to now sort it and be upfront about it. But from the on-farm point of view, nothing's changed. We continue to farm sustainably and carefully the way we have in the past. And you know, we've always been very open that we've got to do better. But we're making good progress.
Potentially a dent here for clean and green. But there has been some good news also, new MFE report saying, hey, the water picture is actually looking better than perhaps we might have hoped. Yeah,
the recent MFE report that came out, the really strong message that I pulled out of that was over a 10-year period, 6 parameters were measured. 4 of those 6 in 90% of the cases showed to be stable or improving. And I think that tells me as a farmer that the mitigation efforts that we're making regarding riparian planting, exclusion of stock, better fertiliser applications, they're making a difference. So from a farming point of view, an encouraging report.
Yeah, it's hard, right, but it can be done.
That's the key, and I think this is the we push a message all the time about the fact that we need to do both. As business people, we like to continue to grow our businesses. We know all about the expansion of dairying, but we also need to do it with a smaller an ever smaller environmental footprint, and I think these sort of reports are telling us that we can do both. So we've still got a lot of work to do, but heading in the right direction.
In order to grow, you've got to be confident that you're making the right investment. We've had floods, droughts, food scares. What has that done to farmer confidence?
Yeah, listen, when you put a list like that, you wonder why we are so confident. But we've recently put out our 6-monthly confidence survey, big lift, particularly amongst dairy, but also sheep and cattle. And we're seeing one of the strongest confidence in our fairly large-scale survey results that we've seen for some time.
What's at the nub of that? Is there any one thing you can put your finger on that makes farmers wake up in the morning, other than, of course, being out on the land, being a farmer is a good thing, but makes them wake up in the morning and say, yeah, I can do this. Despite all these things, and uncertain worlds become a little more uncertain or more variable, but I can carry on.
I think the nub for me is the fact that we produce high quality food. We know the world population's exploding, we know the middle classes are lifting rapidly, and to be a nation of respected food growers in an ever hungrier world, it's a great place to be.
Bruce, I know you've had a busy week. Thanks very much for taking the time to join us.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
Now let's have a look at a sample of events